everybody. This is Erica Denise and welcome back to my channel. Let me start by saying this because I do not want this video to be misunderstood. This is not a judgment of anybody who smokes weed. This is not me condemning anybody or acting like I am better than anyone else. So listen, some people can smoke occasionally and it never becomes a problem in their life. Just like alcohol. Some people can have a drink and it never turns into an addiction. But some people just can't. Okay. And if you are watching this and you already know which one you are, then this video is for you. Addiction is actually very simple when you strip it down. Addiction is anything that you cannot stop doing. It is something that has a hold on you, something you say you are going to quit and then you find yourself doing it again and again anyway. It's something that slowly becomes a part of your everyday routine until one day you realize you are not even choosing it anymore. It's choosing you. And a lot of people do not want to talk about weed like that. People like to say it's harmless. People like to say it's natural. People like to say it's not addictive. But there are a lot of people out here who are quietly struggling with it. There are people who wake up thinking about it. People who cannot relax without it. People who can't sleep without it. People who feel like they cannot deal with stress, anxiety, loneliness, or life itself unless they are high. And it don't start out that way either. It usually starts out very small, just a little curiosity, trying it with friends, wanting to feel something different, wanting to escape something, wanting to quiet your mind for a little while. And for a moment, it feels good. It feels like relief. It feels like peace. But over time, something changes. And what used to be occasional becomes normal. What used to be normal becomes constant. What used to be a choice becomes a habit. And before you know it, the habit becomes a dependency. And then something else starts to happen that people don't talk about enough. You start isolating yourself. You start smoking by yourself. You start spending more time alone. You start convincing yourself that you are more creative when you are high, that you think deeper when you are high, that you are more relaxed when you are high. And artists say this all the time. Writers say it, musicians say it, creatives say it. But the truth is, you are under the influence. Your mind is not clear. Your emotions are not clear. Your judgment is not clear. And if you already struggle with anxiety and depression or any kind of mental health challenges, we don't fix that. It amplifies it. And it can make you more withdrawn, more numb, more disconnected from people around you. And that numbness can slowly start changing who you are. You stop caring about certain things. You stop showing up in the same way. Your motivation begins to shift. Your priorities shift. And you start living life through a fog and calling it normal. And then there's another part of it that people rarely talk about. It's the physical habit of it all. That constant motion of hand to mouth, hand to mouth, hand to mouth. It's the ritual of lighting something. It's the inhale. It's the exhale. It's the routine that becomes part of your nervous system. And for some people, it is weed. For some people, it's alcohol. For some people, it's vapes. And then suddenly years have passed. Years of smoke in your lungs, years of numbing emotions, years of smelling like it, years of telling yourself that you're going to quit tomorrow. And then tomorrow becomes next week, and then next week becomes next year. And deep down, you know something ain't right. And for me, one of the hardest things was realizing how strong the hold really was. Smoking weed and smoking black and milds for me were habits that I truly believed I would never, ever be able to break. I thought it was impossible. I thought it was just who I was. But addiction has a way of convincing you that you cannot live without it. And that is a lie. Because on the other side of quitting, there is clarity, there's peace, there's a version of you that starts to come back to life. Your mind is clear, your body changes, your skin starts to change, your breath changes, your energy changes, and you start to realize how much of your life was being filtered through something that was slowly killing you, dulling your senses. And then spiritually, it hits even deeper. The Bible talks about being sober minded, being watchful, being aware, being in control of your spirit and your decisions. And when you are constantly under the influence of something, you are not fully present. You are not fully alert. You are not fully operating in the clarity that God created your mind to have. And that realization alone can shake you. And I want to say something directly to the person who is watching this right now who is just tired of the habit, tired of trying to quit and starting again, tired of feeling like you are stronger than this, but somehow it keeps pulling you back. You are not crazy. You are not weak, and you are not alone. And breaking a habit like this takes time. It takes honesty with yourself. It takes real mental stamina. And for many people, it takes prayer and grounding to push through those moments when your body and your mind are screaming for something you know you need to let go of. But it is possible. It might take you years. It might take multiple attempts. It might take falling and getting back up more times than you can count, but it is possible. And if you are watching this and you are in a place right now where you know you want to quit, but you don't know how, I want you to know that there are more people struggling with this than you think. And people just ain't talking about it. So if this video resonates with you, if this is something that you are fighting with right now, if you are trying to break a habit and you feel like nobody understands what that battle is like, I want you to reach out to me. I want you to send me a message and I want you to tell me your story. Because over the next few weeks, I am going to be talking about addiction. I'm going to be talking about anxiety, depression, coping mechanisms, and what it actually looks like to rebuild your mind and your life after something has had a hold on you for years. You are not the only one that is fighting this battle. But the first step is being honest enough to admit that you're fighting it. The first step is admitting that you have a problem. Thank you so much if you have watched this video to the very end. I really appreciate you for hanging in there. Share this video with someone you think may need this message if it's not you yourself. Thank you.